game against Hibs. What's your thoughts heading into this game?
Looking forward to it. Yeah, really looking forward to it. There's another chance for us. I keep saying about getting our first win, first points on the board, and I believe 100% that we could quite easily be sitting here with 7 points if we take chances in the game. You know, football is all about making chances, entertaining people, and taking them to win games. And we haven't taken enough chances to get us those points, but we are creating an awful lot. I think defensively was probably up there with our best performance against far and away the second best side in the country of Aberdeen last year. Now that wasn't a weakened side; that was the full Monty thrown at us by Derek McCann's, and I know they came out and said, a lot of those guys said it was our worst performance, but that's because of us. We stopped them playing, really solid. Fantastic header from Stevie May going away from goal. A set piece and really it's off the back of his head. So, and then the second goal that we end up losing, we're down a couple of men. We know about the game management situation, and it's a super finish. So, listen, I could be sitting here in a lot worse frame of mind in terms of our football, but I'm not. I'm confident. I know things are moving well, and it's a long season. And when we click, I think we'll click for good. You know, we'll go on and we'll try and strive for that consistency. So I can't wait for the game on Sunday. I really can't, because up against Lennon and Hibs, I think we're coming up against a side who have got a belief about themselves. You know, riding high in the emotions of winning the Scottish Cup, go on, secure a championship, get a winning feeling about them. Good side, scoring goals themselves, a real threat up front, and will give us a different style of play, playing with 3 at the back predominantly this season. So, you know, I'm really looking forward to it. TV cameras are here again. Hopefully it'll be as near as good a full house. So these are the games you want to play in.
How frustrating is it for you, the fact that, you know, by all accounts you were unlucky against Aberdeen last week, not to come away with something from the match, and then of course you haven't got any points, but you can see that you're probably not very far away from getting those points.
No, that is a general belief of the whole club. I'd like to think the fans are of that same mind, and that they're not all going to be happy, that's for sure. We do finishing during the week, specifically on drills, on certain aspects, and even chances that we've missed. I've been replicating those. We've been working defensively. Graham's been working really hard defensively, and between us we take part within the actual overall sessions then, and there's messages always being given to the players. So this is a young group of players, it's a new team, and we constantly are coaching every day and asking them questions, because once you start to understand the game and understand what we want to do, it becomes second nature. So it's coming, you know, I fully believe it's coming. There is a huge amount of frustration, clearly that's a good word to use, because I do believe that they've deserved more than what they've got, and I actually feel a wee bit, I'm really disappointed for them, because I can see how much effort they're putting into it. And we are a side, I'll say it again, no matter what we come up against adversity in a game, we have not felt sorry for ourselves once. And that is testament to the actual grit within the group, and the drive and the competition we day in, day out. So listen, we'll get there, I've no fear of that. We've got an unbelievable injury list for players at the sharp end, which doesn't make things easier. But we're not a team that sits and feels sorry for ourselves, we just have to find another way.
How important do you feel it is that you get something from this match, to do that, to, you know, show the players that, you know, they can just take on from
it? Yeah, I've said it's important. Clearly it's important, because you don't pick up points, you'll find yourself in a position you don't want to be in. And I've said all along, I don't want this club to be down towards the bottom end of the table. I want to be up at the top fighting now. So it's important in that respect that you get results, then you can start building. But as I said to you, I'm not too downbeat, because it's very early. We're only third, we're not getting into a fourth week game. We've got a quarter final of a League Cup coming up, which is fantastic. So there's things happening at the club. I can see the team moulding, and as I said to you, yeah, I would love a win before the international break, and I can give the guys a time off to go and recharge the batteries physically and mentally, and ready to go again. But as I said, it's a long-term thing we're after here. But short-term results help.
Are you looking to bring anyone else in, given the fact you've got such an injury list, particularly at the top end?
Yeah, I would like to bring someone in, but at this point of the season, it's so difficult. You know, there's players getting thrown at you left, right, and centre. and I don't want to have a knee-jerk reaction and a panic signing. You know, I still want to be diligent and make the right signings, and those players will become available. I would have loved one for the weekend, and if I can get one, great. If I can't, then I'm just not going to pull the trigger on something I'm not sure of. I won't do that to the club, because you have to be mindful that the window doesn't close for another few days after the weekend, so we can wait, and if we get something, great. If we don't, we're just hoping that boys are coming back, because Sunday's the last game before the break, and there is no rush. We've got plenty of time to the other side of that for boys to recover for our next game, so there's no panic, but I would like something.
Are you close to bringing anyone in before Sunday?
Nah, there's nothing imminent. No, there's nothing imminent.
Okay. How impressed have you been with Hibs this season, Neil?
I've been very impressed. As I said to you, that winning mentality has carried on from the Championship. You can see that. Neil has recruited well. He's taken in some players with real experience and know-how, and I would include guys like Whittaker, Swanson, Stokes again, getting him back in, and then you throw into the mix someone who has started to make a name for himself in Simon Murray, and he's gone up a notch in terms of, you can see his confidence rising, banging in the goals, so playing with good players who see things. In particular, I say about Stokes and Swanson and behind, and that's important. But you know, we know where they're strong, and we'll give them the respect that they deserve. But as I said to you, it's all about us, Dundee, my team, what I want to do with us, how I want them to approach the game, how I want them to put Hibs on the back foot and really test them defensively. And then we've not got the ball, just be strong enough that we can deal with Hibs, like as I said that we dealt with Aberdeen.
Two very enthusiastic, passionate bosses going to be in the dugouts on Sunday. Yourself and your first time management-wise.
Yeah.
What sort of memories do you have of clashes maybe previously?
I don't really particularly remember any one-to-one battles with Neil, because when you're in the heat of the Old Firm, anything's fair game. And if there's a ball there, you get stuck in, and it's just one of those occasions where, you know, you're fighting tooth and nail. We know how much it meant as players, and I would probably say that Neil would be in the same opinion as me. It wouldn't matter if we were playing Celtic or Rangers respectively. It's the same winning mentality no matter who we're playing against, and we're the exact same. I can see it in Neil when I was watching him when I was doing my Sky job, having spoken to him during studio appearances when he came in to join me. I know how much he loves the game, he's passionate about it, but I would like to think he knows how much I'm passionate about the game as well, and I'll back my team up 100%, and I want us to win just as much as anybody. So when those qualities come together, because I do believe they're qualities to have that winning mentality, when they come together, generally there's sparks, but as I said before, there's a decent wee gap between the dugouts there, and the fourth official I don't think will need any rubber gloves on to stop any blood happening. It'll be alright.
Three successive defeats on the trot there. Really unlucky in many of the games that have gone through. You must be hoping for a wee bit properly green maybe on one of the occasions coming along.
Everybody needs a bit of luck. You know, you hear people saying, "Oh, you make your own luck," and sometimes you do, but I don't care. You need a bit of luck, because I've seen it happen now from the dugout side, where there's a ricochet, a friendly one, or a bob, a bounce, a spin, anything, you know, it can go your way, and a couple have gone against us. So yeah, of course you need luck, but I'd like to think there's a lot of hard work getting put in place to try and make that position of winning football games easier. And as a coach, you have to do that. And if you get a wee bit of luck, as you say, great, because that could be the difference of winning a game of football. But I'll be massively frustrated. The 3 consecutive defeats in the league, I might say, I've been interrupted with good cup performances. So listen, we're aware of our league results and how close we've come to taking points from those games that we've not taken any. So we know, as I said, without labouring the point and going over and over, I'll say it to the players, because it's repetition, you have to get it into the psyche. I'll say it to the fans and anybody that's watching this. It's about just making sure that we continue to focus on what we're doing and determining that it will come right. Okay.
Kelly and Partick obviously in the same boat as yourself at the bottom of the table at the moment. Is that a bit of a relief that there's not a gap being left with yourself and Dundee?
No relief at all. there's no relief, there's no panic, there's nothing at the minute, because I've got full belief and confidence in how we're working as a coaching staff, what we're trying to get into the players. I can see it happening. You know, I can see it coming together. I can see them actually asking questions themselves and understanding. So we're only 3 games into the league campaign, and there's no relief about who's around us. There's no satisfaction in who's around us. We know what we want to achieve as a group, and the only way of doing that is doing our jobs, learning, and winning games of football. So Sunday provides you a chance.
John Nellens was speaking about the new stadium earlier on in the week. What was your views on the new
Brilliant.
stadium?
Exciting times for the city, and it should be embraced by the city. I know half of it might not, but I think for to have a facility like that for a club like Dundee is, I just think it's an unbelievable shot in the arm for the city, because I think it propels Dundee straight into what it should be, is searching for to be one of the top clubs in the country, and to have a stadium, purpose built, training facilities. You know, I think if you asked every manager outside the big ones, and you look at Aberdeen, because I've heard Derek McCann's talking about it, he would love that facility. You know, I know that the plans in place, sort of talking, but we've taken a huge step towards those plans, and I think it's nothing but excitement.